This is the W2 Report with Sanji Himura. Here's Sanji.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the W2 Report. I am your host, Sanji Himura. Today, we are going to talk about a couple of news stories that came up during the week. But before we do that, let us proceed with the ground rules with Lord Crocker Squirrel.
Rule number 1, being up the dick. Rule number 2, if someone's accusing you of being the dick, ask them how so. Rule number 3, if you are being the dick, Mr. Richard, then go back and cover rules 1 and 2 again. Obviously, you missed something.
All right. We welcome again Mr. Len.
Yes, your latest mistake once again. Maybe someday you'll learn.
And everyone's favorite goblin. They enjoy your presence, I swear. I promise.
And today we are going to promote the W2 Report live. We have 2 exciting new shows planned. One is in Anime North Texas in Irving, Texas, from August 1st through 3rd, 2025. We have that planned. And second is the Washington State Gaming Expo. Yes, folks, I am going to make a trip up to Seattle, Washington to enjoy the Washington State Gaming Expo with you all. And hopefully I can get to drag a squirrel with me. That will be from February 6th through 8th, 2026.
Have fun with that. You think you can drag a squirrel? You're not ever going to get close enough to my tail to do that. I'll whap you silly. No, really, right. I'll kick your ass. That's my tail. Stop touching.
All right. Our first story today, after this 10 seconds channel identification.
This is the W2 Report with Sanji Himura. Here's Sanji.
Now, the reason why we are in this little segment right now is because we have a little bit of a backstory to tell. Back in 2023, there was a YouTuber by the name of Dreamcast guy who happens to be a shill for Sony. And
you play nice. You play nice. Well, that could be considered derogatory to some people. You might want to think about that. Whether or not it's true is irrelevant. And if you're going to say something like that, you might as well just do the whole thing and do it properly, as in Dreamcast Sony or something.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, he was an absolute bootlicker.
Sony boy. Well, I don't actually have an experience with this guy. I love the Dreamcast. I did. I still love my Dreamcast. I have lots of fun little games for it, even, and original hardware. That doesn't mean I went to bend over to bend over in the general direction of the House of Soy. I like most of Sony's for it too. It doesn't mean I'm going to do it all the time. Wouldn't even consider it.
Well, to put some of
PC
these
is way better.
Well, to put some of Dreamcast Sony's tweets into perspective. This is him promoting one such game. One such PS5 exclusive, mind you. This is a game called Quantum Error, which we will get more into in a little bit. But he liked the game so much that he was shilling it out on Twitter for God knows how long.
A lot.
Yeah. But on the 22nd of May of the current year, we had Dreamcast guy upload a video. Here is that video in full.
A topic I feel like would never come up, but a game company is legally threatening me for talking bad about their game. They're trying to silence me, and I have to admit that this is just such a strange circumstance. I've reviewed hundreds and hundreds of games. We've talked about thousands of different games on this channel, and I think this is the first time that a company has basically just said, we would rather threaten you than just make a good game. They're literally trying to get me to take down one of my videos because they feel like it hurts their company. And the CEO himself directly is now threatening me legally. So I want to show you, because currently Google is on my side. Currently YouTube is saying that they're claiming copyright infringement. They're saying it's illegal to badmouth their game. Currently, YouTube is saying it's fine. What I'm doing is free speech. It's fair use. I'm allowed to criticize or critique a game. And I want to show you the emails. I want to show you all the legal evidence and stuff. And I want to show you who's threatening me, because I almost feel like this is the kind of stuff where I am a believer that companies like IGN, like GameSpot, a lot of the big gaming websites, they feel overly safe. They feel like they're afraid to badmouth games that suck. In this case, the game that I'm being legally threatened over is absolute garbage.
Okay. In fact, sites like IGN and The Escapist and other such similar creatures, they are very much afraid of losing access to stuff because, in reasons, I know I've been told to go fuck myself many a time by a developer or a publisher that decided that they didn't like the tone of some of my review pieces, or I'd play the game on a live stream and point out all the shit that's wrong, which, as some people, as longtime viewers would know, I tend to do. I really do. And okay, that's their right. They don't have to send me anything else if they don't want to. They don't, on the other hand, get to quash what I've already said, especially when they sent the particular object to me with the intent of me giving them some sort of content associated with it.
Right.
So I know exactly where this guy's coming from, and it's actually, funnily enough, I've had the same problem. I just don't make a big noise out of it, usually.
Yeah, well, part of it is
Alex
also
Maurer was a different issue. We don't talk about Alex Maurer.
Yeah. Of course, part of it also is how they're trying to address it. Because how often have you gotten actually DMCA'd over because you badmouthed the game?
3 or 4 times, actually.
Oh.
Luckily enough,
I have said really ugly things. Hey, you know what? YouTube covered my ass when they tried to smack the Gollum stream around. Whew.
Yo. Oh. I never thought that would have happened in 2025.
Oh no. I half expected it. There were a lot of people that were giving it all kinds of really fun upsides. I wound up buying it when they put it on the Humble Bundle. Therefore, that's my game. I get to play it. I get to play it as I like, and they don't have to expect, or they're not actually allowed to expect, that I would cover it. I did anyway. Why? Because when you tell me I can't have something, I'm gonna, in the very instant I can find my
I just want it more.
I'll shit on it anyway.
Well, you know what happens. News travels east and up.
Actually, I think this time it went west and then straight up. It took the shortcut.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's continue.
Going east to the location in question, and then up is actually much further than going west.
That's true.
There's a whole continent's worth of difference.
Let's continue anyway.
It's literally the worst PS5 game I've ever played. Whereas a lot of independent YouTubers, influencers, independent journalists, it does feel like they're the people that are making the cool, daring videos that are actually willing to ask hard questions, that they're willing to be mean about games that I think kind of deserve to be mean about. Let me show you the company that's threatening me, though, and let me show you all the emails and stuff, because it's disgusting. I'll just say that. Hi, hope you're having a great day, because my day sucks.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I say I'm with this guy so far.
Yeah.
I mean, if the game was shit, the game was shit. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, if memory serves me correctly, one such game company actually demanded of Sony to put a fast SSD in their console because
the game wouldn't run properly without it.
And I think that's what this game actually is.
We think it's this game. It's the same, probably. It's the same dev team or publisher or whatever, if I remember correctly. But in this case, yeah, there's a whole pile of bullshit that goes with that. And why demand that they change hardware specs for your game and just your game?
Right.
Why do that? I have games that require an SSD, and with a couple of tweaks, they run just beautifully on a not SSD. Doom: The Dark Ages, that ran as fast as I could sense. It's not like I have a 144 or a 2500 monitor refresh rate. I've got 60, which is fine for 99% of everything. They say it looks smoother. I can't tell because I'm just like that.
Yeah.
Never mind that the natural refresh rate of the human eye is 24. 24 hertz.
Well, really what happens is that it takes a 24th of a second between the light hitting the eye and the brain processing it.
Yep.
Anyway, I interrupted him, so let's have him have the floor.
If you could please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So this is Team Kill Media. They make absolute garbage, and I'm not just saying that to be hyperbolic. I'm not saying that because of my threatening me. Their games are not really games. They're basically clickbait garbage. Their Twitter accounts filled with like AI art and stuff. Their first game is called Quantum Error. Quantum Error, you can see the account now is called Quantum State. It was a game that was sort of a mix of a firefighting simulator and a horror game at once. It's pathetic. This game is legitimately the worst PS5 game I've ever played. It's unplayable. The game is just straight up busted. It just doesn't work. It's what I assumed is an asset flip. In fact, in this video, I talked about asset flips, which is that there are some companies where instead of actually making a firefighter model, instead of programming stuff, you go to the store. When you use Unreal Engine, you can buy these placeholder props. You can basically buy, a default character model, a default monster. The game looks like it's filled with all those default models that you're supposed to eventually replace. It's literally a placeholder game. This is the video they're legally threatening me over. This video right here where I'm showing how bad the game is. Now, I'll admit that when I made this, I immediately forgot it exists. I made this review. It was terrible. I think I made a couple jokes. That's it. It's a 9-minute video. It's whatever. And then I just forgot about it. I got other reviews to do. I didn't even realize it still existed until today when I woke up and I got this. YouTube copyrights take down notice. The CEO, Thomas Jones of Team Kill Media, the CEO, is personally saying that I am infringing on his copyright, his legal ownership of the game. I'm infringing on it by insulting it. Now, thankfully, as you can see here by the email itself, we believe your content is protected by fair use, fair dealing, or similar exception of copyright protection. Now, again, my video does not use their audio. It's not like I'm just uploading cutscenes. I literally am doing fair use critique. That's literally part of fair use. And thankfully, I like the fact that they said, we do not plan to remove your video at this time. You control your availability. If you want to private or delete it, you can. There is a chance they may reach out to you personally and request a removal or takedown. This email is not legal advice. I am annoyed about the fact that it does feel like companies are, in a way, a lot of these companies are afraid of their games failing. And I respect that. It makes sense. Games are expensive to make. Games are risky art. The industry is very much in flux. But this company, Team Kill Media, this is garbage. You guys are a garbage factory. And if you think this is going to somehow silence me, I do truly believe that the reason they're doing this now, I put that video up just shy of 2 years ago. I think I put it up 1 year and 9 months ago. The reason they're trying to take that down now is because they know their next game is about to come out. They know that this Code Violet is about to release, and they're afraid of anybody talking bad about their previous, well, I want to say a bad word. We're going to say their previous very unfinished products. I kind of want to say scam, but scam is a bit too far. Your games are clickbait garbage. They're made to have cool trailers and flashy visuals for a product that is literally an asset flip. And I'm annoyed about the fact that you guys are coming out here and trying to just threaten people legally.
Let's go back over the definition of asset flip for 5 seconds. Okay, I don't know how many people in the audience have played PUBG or enjoyed PUBG or have purchased and then got more shit on top of PUBG, but PUBG is almost entirely assets. They did something fun and interesting with the assets, but it's still assets. That is not an asset flip, sir. Okay. Yes, you can go get a firefighter model off the Unreal Store. Hooray! Are you going to do anything interesting with it? It doesn't look like it. Okay, you have to be able to take these things and in some way, shape, or form make it your own. And if you haven't done that, it's an asset flip, despite the fact that you have every right to do exactly that thing. But it's mostly those things that are made completely out of garbage or asset kits, like I don't remember Unit Z. Anybody remember that game, quote unquote game?
I think
Minecraft looking fucking zombie thing. You just wander around and find the stuff. It's all bullshit and chips. It was intended as a template, not as a complete game.
Okay. I remember that game now.
Like there was like 5 or 6 or 8 quote unquote developers that grabbed the template, renamed it, recompiled it, and then put it on Steam to the disgust of everyone except the 5 people that bought each one because they're stupid. But what we're seeing
the second critical part of an asset flip is minimal effort.
Yeah, minimal effort. I don't know what kind of effort these people made. I have not played this game, and I have no intention of, especially since the damn thing is PS5 exclusive. This also means that they can cut down on the amount of criticism they get correlated directly with PS5 owners, which is a much smaller bit of territory than putting it on Steam, where I could get my grubby mitts on it, and then tear it in half like it needs to be. If I can ever find a way to get my hands on the appropriate hardware and that game, I will hurt them. They will hate me forever. Okay, and Code Violet will be right behind it on my list. Hopefully, they don't charge too much for them. But what they're doing here is what we refer to is what we who have been experiencing this shit for the last decade and change, called the digital homicide gambit. That's right. Digital homicide. They still exist, theoretically. They haven't made a game in freaking ever. And if you really want to go play their shit, you can do that. No one will stop you. Go to Itch.io.
Or they haven't flipped an asset pack in a while.
Well, no, they haven't made anything in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like saying they made a game is giving them too much credit.
Yeah, I agree, but But yeah, long story short, these guys are pulling a Digihom and presumably for exactly the same reasons. And this is a really stupid idea. About the only thing stupider would be if they went on a 150-page rant on paper disguised as a lawsuit.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants to get a good look at the lawsuits they did file, go check out my channel under Review the Developer Digital Homicide. In fact, just type those little words in there. You don't even have to have my name or be on YouTube. Just type those words into Google or DuckDuckGo or
what have you. Yeah.
I go with Eco.
You'll find them. They will be there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the lawsuit flinging lemurs, that was one of my favorites. You can only fuck with that, dude.
Yeah, ironically, Team Kill Media shot themselves in the foot with this because now it's going Streisand effect.
Yes, because we're covering it.
Now that they tried to silence criticism of a previous game, it's like more eyes are going to look more skeptically at Code Violet.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I don't even need to own a PS5. I just want to borrow one for about 15 minutes. Okay, let's be a little more than 15 minutes, but still.
Yes.
Well, anyway, let's continue.
Okay.
I find it fascinating that they thought this would turn out good, that if you just sit down a bunch of copyright notices, that it would turn out for the best. I mean, do you really think this is magically going to make more people play your garbage game? Do you think this is somehow going to get more positive headlines? Screw you. I mean, legitimately, I'll be honest, I was going to buy Code Violet, 100%. That's why I'm still following this account. I was going to buy it with an open mind, and if it sucked, I was going to do another negative video like I did for Quantum Error, but why isn't your game just good? Why is it that your games are such cheap garbage? Maybe it's because you know they're cheap garbage. Maybe it's that you're actually afraid of people talking about your cheap garbage. Team Kill Media, screw you. Screw you legitimately. Don't send me any more takedown notices. Don't mess with me. I'm not going to talk about you because at this point, you guys don't deserve even word of mouth. Nobody buy this crap. Nobody freaking even acknowledge this. These people suck. They're absolute losers that are just hurting the media. Get the hell out of here. Go back to, I don't know, ripping people off some other fashion. I don't know. This has been an off-the-cuff video. Hopefully I don't get super sued. What are you going to do? I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. And I appreciate you guys tuning into this very strange circumstance. I love you very much. Please have a great day. And please keep dreaming.
All right. So, the day after that video went up, or rather the copyright strike came down, Team Kill Media put out this. Quantum Error 2.0 update. We're almost done with the development of our 2.0 update for Quantum Error, and at this point we would like to ask if there's anything you would like to see adjusted or tweaked, please list it here on this post. If you know of any bugs, blah, 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 basically it's just, okay, we're going to release a 2.0 update for Quantum Error.
Mm-hmm. And then
the first
to see what might actually make it better.
And the first reply was, say sorry to Dreamcast guy.
Yeah.
The legal side of our business is none of your concern. Fuck off, dude.
Yeah.
Reviews don't infringe on copyright like you guys claim they did by attempting to use the DMCA to strike down Dreamcast guy's video. We can see right through the BS.
You have no idea what you're talking about, and I will leave it at that.
You don't have a case unless his review was defamatory, which it wasn't. Your case will be thrown out.
I would agree. Except, of course, that somehow, if they actually have somebody, if they have an intelligent lawyer, the suit will never be filed. If they have a shyster who is absolutely looking for a payday and only a payday, they will file it. They will push it. They will keep it going as long as they can, and then they're going to say, "Nah, we're done." That'll be $600 an hour now, please.
Video game veteran
and for a period and over a period of 2 weeks, they'll somehow have built 600 hours.
Yep. Video game veteran says, I see you have that same patronizing, high-minded attitude with potential customers, just as you do with YouTubers that didn't like your game. I gave your last game a pass as it was clearly an overreach by a small team with ambition, but I can't see myself doing the same with Code Violet, given your attitude. And this
You're
feels
not crazy. Everyone else is, basically.
Basically, this whole spiel by Team Killed Media says it's not an attitude.
Actually, it's Len's turn to read.
Oh, okay.
Shush.
It's not an attitude. Just the fact that a certain group of people, ever since we started the studio, only want to trash us and end our careers, which will never happen. At this point, if certain people want to lie and make things up about us that are clear fabrications or get involved in things that it's inappropriate to assume what's going on, I will speak out in our defense. There comes a point where you can't just lay down and be beaten in the ground nonstop. I find it very hard to believe that this certain group of people hate us so much because Quantum Error had some bugs and some reviewers didn't like it. We never claimed to be a perfect game. It's only the second game we've ever made, and for that, what we set out to do, it's pretty awesome, even if it's imperfect. And the thing which DC Dreamcast Guide video I will not speak about publicly. That is no one's business. But the part I will say is we are not suing anyone, so I really don't know where people got that from.
Because
and then I tried.
Yeah, it's we're not jerks. Everybody else is.
Uh-huh.
And then I chimed in with something.
See, when DigiHub did this to Jim Sterling,
yeah,
old Jimmy made the claim in the law boot or law toot. I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
The lol suit. Yeah.
No, that's just a ridiculous suit. Basement Cat would hate them. But they said, well, the review wasn't fair to us, and therefore fair use does not apply. That's the sort of argument I'm seeing right here.
Yeah.
This is a thing that somebody took personally almost 2 years down the line. And the whole, we're gonna do our 2.0 release. No, you're not. You're not.
Yeah.
You're just asking people for a bug list so you can do a minor update and label it 2.0 to make it look like they're actually doing something.
Yeah.
They've been working on Code Violet for the last couple of years. I'm not gonna call them on that. Fine, they can do that. Don't care. Nobody cares. But when it comes time to do the marketing for Code Violet, and you go back and you start looking for people that have that slagged off your first game, the first game we know about, apparently it was their second game ever, and no game is perfect, you twat. No game ever. I've seen some that are really good and close, but no, I've never actually found a perfect game. And don't let IGN fool you. Their 10 out of 10 is worth less than a 6.
Mm.
There are a couple games in my experience that if I could change one thing about them, I'd change nothing.
Well, I actually chimed in with, so you acknowledge that you filed this strike to censor critique and have no intention of taking it to court if a counter notification was filed. Got it. And you notice that the reply bubble was shaded here. That means I got blocked by this asshole of a developer.
Yeah.
Plus one ass blaster. Yeah, no. Apparently they went on a block spree too. You said something negative about them or their game? A little blacklist you go.
Yep. So let's continue. Team Kill Media also had this gem.
All I will say is there comes a point where something has to be done about the constant lying. What would you do if a certain person or people were doing everything they can to paint you as a scam company or any of the other lies told about us when your own livelihood can be affected?
Pause. Okay, here's the thing. Citation fucking needed.
Well, citation noted, yeah.
Citation fucking needed. You must have a citation to prove that they're actually lying.
That anybody said scam company even.
But if you're, he said, Dreamcast guy said specifically he wasn't trying to call them a scam company. He just said their shit was garbage, and it is.
Yeah.
For what I've managed to get a look at over the last about 2 hours, yeah, game was shit. I wasn't even playing it. I can tell you that the controls were all floating.
Oh, Jesus bloody Christ. I thought we got over that in 2002.
No. We still get bad control interfaces.
It's just a baton that gets passed to the next bad developer.
But you have to prove, if you're going to make a defamation claim, you're the one that's got to do the proving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The onus is on you, Team Kill Media.
Say, okay, so what you're saying here is that I said a bad thing about you, which doesn't that doesn't work with your concept of what you're about. Okay, there's this thing here called subjective opinion. They're called opinions, and they are subjective by their very nature. There is no such thing as an objective opinion. None.
And also, fair use does not have to be fair to you
in any way, shape, or form. It only has to mean that you worked within the guidelines of, okay, this is a critique. Let's do this. Free speech covers critique. It does, absolutely, as well as comedy, satire, and several other things. But if I'm
just like what we're doing right now, we're mocking you, Team Kill Media, because you're funny in nature.
I'm half tempted to go. I'm actually half tempted to get onto the Twitter for the first time in probably years, to make sure that they get a link to this video, just because.
Oh my goodness! Yes,
but I'll even use my regular Twitter account, the one with this name actually on it. Hi, hey, dude, check this out. You got to see this, because these people don't like you, and they're gonna look at it. They're gonna go, wait a minute, who's that guy? Wait, ooh, get him! And I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
Let's do it right now.
No, wait till it's done. Wait till we're done. Then we send it to them, because by that time they don't have the capacity to yell at YouTube to take us off the air, because fuck that.
Okay. I'll keep an eye on things.
Just make sure I have Just make sure at a somewhat later point that you give me the actual URL for the live stream so that I can go do that. So I can do the things.
Mission accepted.
Because I won't have any problem finding them. I'll even tag that Dreamcast guy while I'm at it. Hi.
Hi. We talked about your situation, and this is why we don't like this is why we shall we say got blocked from Team Kill Media.
Yeah, they hate us now, and they're probably gonna they hate us now and not just you. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Because frankly,
reading.
I'm watching his footage and going, okay, you know what? That just looks retarded. Why did they do that? And it's just the motions he's making, honestly. And just the little clip of footage, I'm saying, okay, we got this problem and that problem and that problem. What the fuck was that?
So yeah, when I looked further down that last response from Team Kill Media, it's like, we are people making this game, and it's basically the same argument that essentially boils down to, we are people, anyone who disagrees with us are not.
You know what that says to me? Hi, I'm a snowflake.
Yeah.
Because I am prone to melting down for any reason or none at all.
The slightest heat.
Don't even need heat for most of those.
Yeah.
Speaking of snowflake, our second story after this 10-second channel identification.
This is the W2 Report with Sanji Homura. Here's Sanji.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the W2 Report. I'm your host, Sanji Homura. Today, we are going to cover cancel culture again, because it reared its ugly head this week. But before we do that, let us go over the ground rules with Lord Cracker Squirrel as always.
Rule 1, being out the dick. Rule 2, if anybody suggests that you are being the dick, please refer to rule number 1.
All right. Timcast. I'm pretty sure everybody in this room knows who he is.
Well, I know who he is. Glenn, how about you?
Yeah, I've seen a few episodes.
Okay. So, yeah, we know what Timcast IRL looks like and the original Timcast channels. Hi.
So, one of the guys in there happens to be known as Camelot 133. Now, if anyone knows of his channel and content, please let me know. But he was recently applied to be a guest at a convention called Geeks and Gamers Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
And well, actually, let me rephrase. Was a guest for Geeks and Gamers con in Raleigh, North Carolina, because he received this. Oh, wait.
Sorry, my bad.
He received this email from Geek and Gamer Expo saying, "Hi, Cody. Thank you again for your interest in being part of Geeks and Gamers Gaming Geek Expo. We appreciate the time and effort you put into your content and the support you've shown toward our event. However, after consideration, we made the decision to move forward without your involvement in this year's show. While we truly appreciate your recent efforts, including the removal of one of the flagged videos, additional content has surfaced that has raised continued concerns from our community, guests, and sponsors." Okay. Unfortunately, we have received a loss of a sponsor and several other guest participants due to his situation, and it is beginning to negatively affect the overall perception and inclusivity of our event.
Yeah, before you go on, I just need to No, before you go on, I do need to re-rail this a bit because this is Game and Geek. It's actually not affiliated whatsoever with Geeks and Gamers nor D-Day Cobra himself.
Okay.
It's Game and Geek. Yeah.
Okay, my apologies.
My apologies to Geeks and Gamers. Yeah.
So yeah,
I accidentally associate them with inclusivity pushes.
So please understand this is not a reflection on you as a creator, but rather a necessary step to ensure we're maintaining blah, 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 blah.
Citation.
Typical DEI bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. Diversity, inclusion, and equity. And that's what it's supposed to be. DIE, not DEI. DIE. Because that's what it was originally until somebody wised up and figured out that they'd named their shit Die. And then changed it.
Yeah. Die is for if you disagree with
it. Thing, because they want you to die. But no. They're talking about inclusivity. This is already wrong. Okay. In my experience, tabletop and video game peeps, they don't seem role-playing games and etc. They don't seem to give a flying rat's fuck what you are. As long as you're at least somewhat friendly, you can get along with everybody else, and you can play the freaking game. And even in terms of competitive gaming, they don't care anyway. They might recruit you just because you managed to whoop all their asses once.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know a girl, lovely lady, that did precisely that. She wound up on a team of nothing but bots, that was standing around picking their own asses while she was out there murdering everybody. Okay, in a 5-on-5 battle, she came out of it with what was it? A kill ratio of 15-0. 3 rounds, 5 people on the other team. The bots just kind of standing around, and she just them all up.
Well, Timcast official, which is the name of the account, of the Twitter account, said to all people who bought tickets to come see me at Game and Geek Expo, I have been kicked from the event. One of the vendors and photographers from the event said I was a Nazi, so I've been canceled from the show.
Oh, you know what? That's a word that has lost all freaking meaning. The same as the word fascist. Okay, these people that are calling other people fascists, they have no idea what fascism even is. Because 5 minutes and a fucking dictionary, okay, scratch that. 5 minutes, a dictionary, and a history book on World War II will tell you exactly what the fascists were. And it's not what they've come up with. Okay. And when you actually look at what they're doing, that's the fascism. What? It's okay when we do it. Yeah. Their intention at this point is to make sure that everybody thinks the same way they do. And that's not the way this works.
Nope.
Fascists tend to think, or non-fascist people tend to have thought processes that differ from whatever majority you think you have. What I find hilarious is that these people who represent probably less than half of a percentage of the population in general on the planet seem to be wagging the entire Western world. Because they're the tail and the Western world is a freaking dog. It's a wag the dog scenario. It really is.
Well, they also claimed the convention also claimed in another tweet by Camelcast official that they've lost a lot of vendors as a result of him. But they all sold out online. The vendor tables are all sold out online.
Well, they probably had in all fairness, they probably had a large background. They also had a large
Backlog.
a backlog of people that wanted to go. However, I seem to recall there was another set of tweets that said that they fucked off because they did this to Cody.
Yes, we will get to that shortly.
Just wanted to say.
And the Carolina Games Summit made a statement saying that we do not decide who is allowed to attend any events advertised in our social media or websites. Well, then that's a fucking problem with you. We typically just lease equipment or exhibit at U.S.-based gaming events.
Okay. That may actually be. I don't know why the hell would they do that anyway? It seems to me like somebody decided to go all DIE on the place, and start kicking people to the curb because they don't like the politics or what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's supposed to be the politics.
Because they're afraid of offending somebody.
Okay, first off, you can't so much as breathe in or out without pissing somebody off.
Yeah. You breathing in and out could be the reason why they're pissed off. You never know.
And you know what it is? There's a bunch of people that get pissed off when they themselves breathe in and out because we're adding to the CO2 population. You will inhale your body not unlike your body weight in terms of gases, oxygen and such, and you will exhale at least your body weight in carbon dioxide every fucking day.
Well,
every day, without fail.
Well, the retro gamers in Raleigh decided to abandon Twitter in favor of Instagram. And they've been punishing everybody who defends this person here. And I'm like, okay.
Why didn't they just go to Blue Sky like all the rest of the completely sane people?
You mean the completely insane people? Blue Sky's been melting down because of the extreme leftist presence.
No, only sane people are allowed in Blue Sky.
Ah, yes, that's right. I remember now. Yes, I do very much remember now. This is this is one of those situations.
With your it's like
the
only you willingly and knowingly toe the line, you shouldn't be there.
Yeah, well, you see, it's actually one of those situations where the only sane people in the universe are kept in little places called sanitariums, because they're the ones that snap when viewing the insanity of the rest of the universe.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have to be locked down for their own protection.
Yeah.
Whether they're protecting themselves or not, that's kind of irrelevant, really. Okay, that's extremely irrelevant.
Well, at least 3 people that we're aware of have canceled their appearance at Raleigh Retro Gamers Expo. We have Retro Wolf YouTube, who is canceling his appearance at
Game Geek or Gaming Geek.
Gaming Geek convention. Then you have Saturn Steve-O, who's also canceling his appearance. And you have a smaller YouTuber by the name of Pac-Man Case, who is also canceling his opinion. So, there is going to be more to the story that comes out in the next 3 hours or so. But I am looking forward to seeing the fireworks explode.
Boom.
So
because I would be absolutely thrilled if 2/3 of their exhibitors who don't actually, the 2/3 of their exhibitors, their possible exhibitors that want nothing to do with this kind of a controversy because it could blow back on them, or just have a distaste for that type of politics, bail out. And and the little bit that's left is going to be a complete lefty nightmare. I'd pay money to see that.
But the more you know, and knowing is half the battle.
I see what you did there, Sanji. You edited this.
No, I did not. That was Mr. Vaughn.
It doesn't matter who did it. It got edited. Because I know who that's supposed to be.
But as we go for today, remember to do all the YouTube-y things.
The like, the comment, the subscribe, sharing with all the other peoples in the neighborhood, and sharing, yeah.
And we also have a Patreon. Ooh. It serves as a tip. It serves as a tip jar for right now, but we do have tiers to get more additional content from the perspective of myself and several different guest authors. So if you want to participate in that, the link will be in the pinned comment down below. I have been Sanji Imura from the W2 Report. Remember, the tax man cometh.